fuck up, motherfucker.
Hey, good morning, guten Tag, guten Morgen. All right, it's 7:15 a.m. my time Pacific, 10:15 Eastern. Market's been open about 45 minutes. Nothing too much is going on. Tomorrow we'll have inflation numbers released about 8:30 Eastern, so about an hour before market opens. That'll be what we're looking for. So today is just a continuation of talk about the Trump doctrine, the Donroe doctrine as it's coined at the moment. So I got this new background music here. It's kind of like hold music. so you're in the AT&T or T-Mobile call center, you're gonna hear this shit, right? Please hold. Please hold. Let me get my shit together. All right, guys, what's up? Okay, let's get to it. I think I'm gonna loop that thing with Grace looking catatonic. It seems to be a good way to pause the show with that hold music. Perfect. We got the right set of background noise for you guys. That's copyright free. Okay, let's look at my two trades. CLSK. I bought this at $10 at the end of the year, New Year's Eve. See if it can get up to 20. Come on, just go. CLSK, this is the one I'm trading right now. The other one is Hut. hut. Perfect. Okay. So nothing. No movement. No movement today. Let's look at silver. Silver's popping. Okay, silver popped up another 6.8%. So still not the top. Nothing. Still going fine on this moving average here for the daily. Let's see. Gold miners. How's that doing? All right. New high. 4% up for gold miners. Silver miners. Okay, that's still doing fine. 5%. All right. Yeah, silver miners still doing okay. So we're going to continue on our journey looking at materials, and I'm going to look at defense stocks. Those are things we're going to look at. So XLB materials. Barely any movement, but the last 2 trading days, Thursday through Friday, very good. We're above the 46 level for XLB materials, and XLI, which has a lot of defense companies. All right, doing okay. It's recovering from the Wednesday drop here. All right, perfect. So I think we're doing fine. We're going to go over through some selected stocks. I'll also do European defense. Those stocks will be important. So I have a huge list here of European defense stocks. We got Rheinmetall, German drone making, as well as other things. Defense, we've got Italian defense. Interesting looking chart here. I guess it got whooped on earnings, but it's recovering. Okay. We got Siemens, and we have others. I don't know what this does. Tyson Krupp. I don't know what that one does. BASF, that's the UK defense company. This one's going sideways. Nothing interesting there. I think the German one is much better. All right. Let's look at them in detail. Let's look at them in detail. Let me share another screen. Anything else I want to show here? Another thing is you're looking at small caps. Small cap stocks have been doing pretty well. So last week we were up 4.6%. Perfect. So we retested this area. So this nice basing area that was made from COVID, the COVID high into 2024. And then you see the whole drop here. I guess it was because of the Fed, because of Trump tariffs. I guess those things combined, you have to have a retest of this. And now we did the move back up, and we've tested 223. Now, if you look at biotechs are the most aggressive growth sectors of the small caps. We've retested a larger base here, as you can see. It tends to, the XBI, ETF tracks, all of them, and they tend to get to 65, right? 65 to 60, this area. We tested it in 2018, 2020 during the COVID crash, tested it again, 2022 when Trump did higher interest rates, and then again in 2023, which was the final bottom of the total market. And then once again in April on the tariff scare. Now, we finally broke out of this 107 area, okay, in November. So that means small caps have a good chance of going up higher once we get our new Fed chief. So if you didn't know the news, yesterday, Trump's Department of Justice has indicted, or I don't know, made some kind of, let me get the article. Let me find the article. Actually, I didn't put the article in the link in the description. I don't know. It was kind of like breaking news or something. Let me find it. Trump. Let me find it. Then I'll pull it up. Yeah, then I'll pull it up for you. Yeah, I think I should put that in description. My bad. So there's a statement from Powell. Okay, let me put that in here. And then I have an article about it. Let me put that here. Okay, good. Subpoena. So they have subpoenaed Powell. I don't know if that means anything though. Interesting. I don't know why he would do that, but okay.
It's a restaurant. It's a barbecue restaurant at Hangzhou Linping Yintal Inn Park in Hangzhou, China.
Where is that coming from? Oh my god, YouTube. Bro, stop putting shorts in my damn feed. Oh my god. Man, shorts are just full of freaking clickbait. Should I just make shorts? Seems to be the way to get views over here. We gotta make more shorts, I think. If you don't do that shorts game, you're not gonna make it anywhere, apparently. Like, we got an update from Chris, the YouTuber. He put up a short.
This is a update about my health. I still have the stomach flu. My stomach still hurts.
So he still has stomach flu from Gray Sport.
I just still have pain in my stomach. I will feel better on January 12th, 2026, today, which is Monday. I will start exercising again on January 12th, 2026, Monday. Okay, everyone, if you enjoyed this video, I'll like and subscribe to my YouTube channel with post notifications on, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the update. So, yeah, let's get back into it. This is going to be good. If you look at it, you can use LabU, LABU 3x leverage. So I was in SOXL, which is 3x leverage of semiconductors. But if the small caps, these aggressive parts, start breaking out, I'm going to move over my leftovers from SOXL into this. Okay, so here is the current performance from the April low. Like, let's say you really got the bottom and went all the way up here. That's about 400%, right? SOXL, let's see what I got so far, 600%. See, so semiconductors is still the strongest sector, all right? But if in the coming years semiconductor underperforms, then where would you go in the small caps? I would go in the risky stuff in the small caps, which is the biotechs. I'm not going to pick and choose biotech stocks for you. You can go to Martin Shkreli's channel. So if Martin Shkreli has some stuff, I'll go over some Martin Shkreli stuff because he likes to look at the fundamentals and pick drug companies. So those sectors we pop in. Go to his channel and he'll tell you which ones to pick. But for me, I just use LabU. I'll just buy a basket of pharma stocks and leverage it up using that. This is the cheap way of doing it. I don't need to get a margin account. I just do it this way using this ETF, right? So if this thing starts doing better than semiconductors, I'm switching over to this. That's an if though. So I'm waiting for the signals to come in and I'll switch over. So any profit I had last year and I'm still in cash, right? Basically money market. I'm just getting 5% right now sitting in cash. And any leftover XOXL, I'm moving over to this thing. Okay, but I gotta see this thing is overperforming. Okay, so let's look at how it performs against the S&P 500. We're still not sure, right? We have to see if this thing starts outperforming the S&P, the large caps, and then we're gonna go for it. Right now, if you look at the IWM over the S&P 500, you see we have this channel that was set back in the COVID days. This was the bubble. This was the big bubble in the 2020s, right? Going right into the early 2021. That was when all crypto and everything, that was the last time all the crap coins went up. All the money was flowing into speculation. Now people just sold everything off, right? They went into large cap companies, more traditional companies, and semiconductors. Semiconductors being the AI, like more stable AI type companies you could pick. Now we could go into like other AI companies that are riskier, the software side of it. Like here, we could go to RX Pharmaceuticals. They use AI to develop drugs. Now, every time this thing goes below $6, I buy, because it could potentially go up to 12, right? That's the game. But I want this thing to eventually break out of this and then go back up to wherever it was up here in the IPO, like $40. Okay, so you could get like $4 or $5, or maybe you'll wait until it gets to $12 and wait and see. And if that goes, then you buy it and you go to 40. So that's a real good return. Okay, but we have to see everything line up correctly before we make that kind of big bet. So far, it's just like small money, and I just do these trades where it just goes up and down in this box. Pretty convenient. So yeah, every time it goes below, you just buy it up and then you wait. So last time it did some high volume move was here in October, and you see it tried to get back in the box and failed. So far since April, this has been an underperformer. So if you pick this stock to bet that it would go up from April's low in the market, you wouldn't have done well. You would have been better off buying the space stocks like PL or ASTS, okay, or Lunar. Like if you bought these, you would have won. Okay, this 900 to 2000. Oh no, this is platinum. My bad. Actually, I should look at platinum anyway. Man, platinum is so good, but the platinum stock itself. Let me see, PLG. So this is the stock. This is the miner that does platinum. It did not do as well as the platinum futures, and I don't trade futures, so I'm definitely not going to try trading platinum futures. I have no clue how that moves, right? I could get burnt real easily. But platinum, like compared to silver, let's see. Yeah, 150% basically there. See how silver did at the same point in time. Yeah, silver still outperformed platinum, so then there was no point. But if platinum really continues up, man, this stock is so annoying. This is like the only big, quote unquote big. They're not big, okay? This is just like a small stock, but it's bigger than the other ones. The other ones are like penny, like true penny stocks. They're in the pink sheets. But this thing never broke to 5. Never broke out to 5. Man, really annoying. I don't know. I guess I'll keep watching this one. Disappointing. But anyway, that's not what I was looking for. Planet Labs is the one I'm looking for. This one. So this is a space stock. All right. You could have bought in April 600%. See? That's a lot bigger, right? That's a lot bigger. So if we go back down here, is this gonna make it? Is this gonna make it to 40 one day? Is it gonna be this year? That's what I'm wondering. So that's why we gotta look at these biotech stocks. All right, that's enough of that. Let's look back at Rheinmetall. Rheinmetall. So this German drone maker, defense company, it started doing well when we had the Ukraine invasion. So that's when it picked up interest. So since then, it's like 2,000%. Okay, so you would have got a 20x basically. Ever since this last year, January to February, it hasn't really done much. So the big move was between January to February, March basically. And then for the most part, it went sideways. I'm trying to see if it breaks out here, because every time it makes this range, like you see it here, right? It makes a range and then breaks and then goes flying. And then here again, it does this and then goes flying. Okay. So it looks like it's doing a larger one here. It's basically it's $100 billion market cap company right now. So it's $100 billion. So that's 20x from like what, 5 billion market cap back when the Ukraine got invaded by Russia. So if this thing pans out, man, I don't know, this thing could go pretty high. because the volatility here is a lot larger than here or here. Yeah, could be. This could be one to go now, especially when it's doing this. So we gotta watch that whole Greenland stuff, right? Okay. So let's look at some industry stocks. We got some defense companies and other industry stocks, construction as well. So we got GE Aerospace, still doing well. This is a nice stock. So GE, you got GEV, GE Veranova. This one does nuclear. Everyone's talking about nuclear energy. Still doing okay after it split off of GE. Looks like it's making a range here since August of last year. Let's see what it does. Last week was not kind to it, down 8.4%. It's kind of recovering, so I'm going to be watching this one. The other one, Caterpillar. So if you do construction, you would see like Caterpillar has been a strong stock since April. Okay, and will it continue on its way up? So 125%. The other one, Deere. So farming. This one still hasn't done anything. I was hoping it would break out last year, but it just goofed around. It made a high here in May and then pulled back to this resistance support level 440, bounced back up. I don't know, it's gonna crack 500 again and try to make higher. We'll see, especially if we take Greenland, right? Take Greenland, there's gonna be a lot of construction, farming, who knows what we're gonna do out there. So Deere and Caterpillar, definitely Caterpillar will benefit. I don't know how much Deere will benefit, but there's gonna be some kind of farming going on, even though it's like full of ice. Okay, anything else? RTX I think is a good defense company, better than Lockheed. Yeah, perfect, beautiful chart here from April. RTX 68%, perfect. Yeah, Lockheed, this one, look at this. This is a mess. It's just been going sideways essentially since April of 2022. It's not good. So we have to be discerning and look for the best of these defense companies. So you got Greenland, we got the Iran stuff, we got Venezuela, Mexico probably we'll have to deal with. There's a lot of things in the Western Hemisphere that Trump wants to do before he leaves office. And we're getting to midterm elections. So he wants to do as many things as he can while Congress is in his favor. So a lot of this stuff will be in play. So this is another company down here, Linde. This one does gas. So this is where they store they make the chemicals that go in the hospitals and manufacturing. They store them into tanks, the gas. It had a rough quarter, right? Now it's bouncing up since December. I wonder if it's done and we can finally keep going up here. So this is another one. It has a nice, beautiful range from 2024. So the saying goes, the larger the base, the higher the space. Once this breaks out of 488, we're going to the moon again and continue on, because there is a larger trend set since 2016 for the stock. $100 to $400, $500. We can continue to $1,000, I guess, if we go there. So any of you guys looking for stuff to rotate into your portfolios for investment purposes, this is one of them. I probably use. Why do you do this? Poor little monkey. Why not? Who cares? Anyway, oh yeah, someone else said, can you do a Shoe Nice 22 stream? I have no clue what that is. I have no idea what you just said right there. Okay, that's it. I think we're good there. And I have a whole list of these. I'm definitely going to be looking into them and pick out the best, and then we can start making portfolios. When we have a downturn this month, we should be topping out in the S&P 500 this month at some point and go down. But the small caps, I think, will outperform, and that's where we're going to be focused in. But any large cap that looks interesting to buy, that will be the next time to buy it. Okay, because I think semiconductors can't carry this market much longer. It's definitely the one that's carrying it. So if you look at, not FedEx. Well, FedEx is doing good though. Okay, yeah, FedEx has been doing good. I'm gonna put that on my list to talk about some other time. Let's see. FDN. So yeah, internet companies still weak. This is not what's driving the NASDAQ or the S&P 500. And IGV software, so select software, also weak. So none of these are driving it. Okay, so it's all semiconductors. So once semiconductors fail, you'll start seeing the large caps go down, and then watch how the Russell does. So the IWM. So let's say it goes up to 340 on the SOXX. So this tracks the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index. And then we start going down deep. Then I would look at how the IWM does. And then from there, we can start buying up stuff, okay? So we can look at RX and other stocks like that. EVTL. See how that one's doing. Okay, it's still at the bottom. Good. So flying taxis, essentially, this is what this company is. So if they get more traction, it'll move up. China already approved flying taxis for their country. So let's see what else, what other countries want to approve flying taxis. That should go as well. Perfect. Okay, we have a huge list there. Okay, I covered that. So the other ETFs to look at is VTWG. So this is the Russell 2000 Growth. Watching this one. So this thing takes away all the low volatility stocks. And if you just want to look at a broad section of high beta, high volatility stocks, then you look at SHBP or BP, HB, okay, SPHB. So this is the high beta index. Okay, so this has all the large caps with it too, though. Okay, so I'm gonna be watching that, and then if that's also going up when May comes around, then I would also buy this HIBL 3X leveraged high beta stocks. So let's see how it did from April, about 400%. So semiconductors still beat this one, but it could outperform this year. So I might also say anybody who wants a portfolio with leveraged components into it, I'll definitely dump it in and let's see what happens. So the whole game is just to beat the S&P 500. All right, you just want to beat the S&P 500. That's it. So you're going to construct your portfolio in a way that can beat this. That's all. So since April, you see it went up 40% for the S&P 500, right, from April's low. Now if you just look at semiconductors, that's 122. So this thing beat it twice. Okay, and then you leverage it up, you'll beat it by 3-4 times, right? Or 5 times, 6 times. I don't know. Depends on how much you leverage it, or you buy options or something. And that's the easy way. So that's why I didn't talk about anything since April. I was like, okay, that low is in, just buy a bunch of leveraged semiconductors. That's it. Turn off your brain. I don't need to look at anything else. Now we're already at the high for the S&P 500. We already meet the limit and criteria for what I discussed last time, the Zweig breadth thrust. When you have a Zweig breadth thrust, you have an average of 24% returns on the S&P 500 after 1 year. We're already up close to 1 year, right? We only have 3 more months until April comes around again. And I'm not 100% sure if people are willing to hold or go a little bit higher into tax day. That's the question. All right. And people want to hold it also for tax purposes because this would make it long-term holdings. So if they bought it at the low around April 6th or 7th, they'll wait until April 6th or 7th comes around and then sell again. Okay, that's it. So that's what I'm watching. I'm watching to see if this thing happens. Okay, good. I think you got that. Anything else? Nope. I'm gonna take a little break here, and then we're gonna read some articles. That's it. Let's see, take a little break. Since you guys want the update on some drama stuff, we're gonna play the Naptown video posted yesterday. So let's see what's up with the Thorpes. Take a break.
Talk to Gavin McGinnis. Hey.
You're about to again.
Oh, there he is. That's what happened when I went to the bathroom.
He came up to us and he said, I'll give you a bump of coke if you show me your ass in those tights.
No, you saw Gavin and you just wanted to be by your book. I just think that she maybe didn't expect the way I debate.
If you're gonna fucking man up to a fucking real man, what were you gonna do if I was pointing for another reason? Not a fucking thing. So keep walking. Guys, there's a party here. Okay, we're on our way. Let's go. All right, let's go.
Good morning, guys, or good afternoon. How's everybody doing? We are live at our hotel, just about to take off to AC1X Studios to go to Word War Debate number 1.
Live from ACX1 Studios in Atlantic City, this isn't just another talk show. It's a battleground for ideas. Every statement, every argument, every counterpoint is tested under the lights in real time. This is where logic meets fire, where courage meets consequence. This is Word War Debate.
My thoughts on Atlantic City so far is it seems kind of like an abandoned,
Tawdry.
like,
Really tawdry.
I don't know, didn't work out kind of place.
Kind of looks a little.
That's the building, guys.
Looks a little
unfinished.
Yeah. Okay. Security.
That's crazy promo. This is Word War Debate, yep.
Yep. Interesting place.
Yeah.
It looks like something's going on way down there, Grace.
Yeah.
They got big screens.
Yep.
It's lit.
Where is the debate going to be?
Right there, obviously.
Oh, right there. Oh, okay. All
At
right,
3,
thank you.
that's at 3.
Thank you. What's the crowd looking like?
Oh, this is neat. Well, this is, yeah, they did a good job, you know?
Yeah.
This is really high class.
Hello.
Well, let's go sit over here.
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty cool, though. I mean, it looks like we're watching like something big, but there's nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what are you gonna do? I guess. But.
Yeah.
Emoji.
You know, you're probably my age, right? Like 55?
Somewhere around there. I like to say I'm in my late 40s, but I'm just lying.
I think I'm in my late 40s, and then I see myself in the mirror. I'm like, what the fuck? Who is that Donald Sutherland with AIDS? What the fuck happened?
You know what? You know what's working for me?
What?
I got Maduro. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, you
See? I'm like 5 inches bigger, a little bit lighter, but I think if we were gonna do a, you know, like speedboat out of like down the Hudson,
yeah,
Venezuelan
maybe
flag,
we
if I get shot.
I feel like the wardens are watching. I don't know.
I figure if we get the
Hello?
speedboat with the Venezuelan flag,
I'm at the venue. I'm right
at
by the
least
street.
some news outlets will cover it.
What?
Maduro escapes.
I really think that would be great. Sam Hyde would do that for sure.
Yeah, like the Sam.
Oh
Hyde
shit,
thing.
there's a party right here. Guys, there's a party here. Okay, we're on our way. Let's go.
All right.
All right, let's go.
You can say that I'm right or wrong with that, and you have free speech, and you can say what you want. But I think that you can see my position why I think that's fucked up. Well, you can't see it. responding to a bunch of fucking ghouls.
So
that
why
brought it
didn't
up.
somebody respond to him and just analyze what he did?
Like, you understand, you can believe me or not, that I said don't bring it up because, like, you don't want to bring this up. Okay.
That doesn't mean you're obligated to talk about it if he responds.
No, I wasn't. I'm not saying I was obligated, but my point to him, I think you would agree with. Maybe this doesn't belong on the internet, and when someone takes a shot at you, don't bring it up, because then you now are taking a series of facts, you're responding to them, and it is fair game. And Andrew said it was fair game.
Think about this. Have you commented on people who say shitty things about you guys, right?
Yeah.
All right. Have you commented?
Obviously.
Do you think that's smart to put those accusations and respond to them online?
You can see it either way.
What if I said, I think that's real stupid? So now I'm going to do a little digging.
That's what Andrew said.
Well, it is.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. The fact you did it doesn't justify me jumping off on
So
it.
if you said, I do think it's stupid for us to do that, and then we did it, and we made it public, and then you critique what we did, that's valid. This is the internet, Rob. We're all commentating on each other.
Who's saying it's not valid in the sense you can talk whatever the fuck you want? My point is that I think it's fucked up. So if I jumped on and said, I don't know, I've seen weird interactions between you two, wouldn't you be like, you can fuck yourself? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
No, I
Yes,
say
you
let's
would.
talk
Yes,
about
you
it.
would.
No, because I don't have this fucking bullshit defending the
There's
loyal
nothing-
people.
You don't have friends? That's what you're saying? You don't have friends that you defend?
People on the internet, Rob, are not my friends. They're other people who I am interacting with to entertain an audience. They're not my friends. Maybe they're your friends. They're not real friends. I don't take it that seriously. It's not that deep.
Food in their mouths and they shut up.
So you don't have any friends that you also are online?
People on the internet are generally not friends.
How do you
They'll
know
turn
that
on you in a
Andrew's just a guy on
second.
the internet?
And what we're here to do is entertain an audience and critique each other. Not to make besties and friends and have loyalties. That's fucking middle school shit. That's middle school shit, Rob. I'm fucking sick of grown men acting like middle schoolers.
How can I tell?
All right, that's enough of that. Let's continue on. Let's continue on our show. Read some articles here and we'll wrap it up. All right, change the music. Fed served with DOJ subpoenas. Powell vows to stand firm. It was written yesterday. Yesterday, basically. Midnight UTC time. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said the U.S. Central Bank had been served grand jury subpoenas from the Justice Department threatening a criminal indictment, a dramatic escalation of the Trump administration's attacks on the Fed. In a forceful written and video statement released Sunday evening, Powell said the action was related to his June congressional testimony on ongoing renovations of the Fed's headquarters, but he said the move should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. All right, so let me skip down here. Powell said he intends to continue doing his job with integrity and a commitment to serving the American people. Powell's term as chair will expire in May. His underlying seat on the Fed's Board of Governors doesn't end until 2028. He hasn't indicated whether he intends to depart in May or stay on at the central bank. Trump said he has already picked his nominee to replace Powell. He has not named Powell's successor, but Kevin Hassett, the director of the National Economic Council, is the frontrunner. Okay, there you go. That's who's in top. All right, anything else? No, renovations, nothing interesting. Okay, that's it. I'm going to put the link to you guys in the chat. All right, you can read that on your own, the rest of that stuff on your own. The other one is the statement, his official statement, and the video here. So you can look it up yourself. All right. Put that in the chat as well. You guys can compare and contrast. That is the link there. So I give you archived links. All right. Let's see what we have here. So the IWM over S&P, this is what I'm looking at. This is a monthly chart with the DeMark indicators. We're starting to have a 1 count on the DeMark indicators. Okay, for this month, for now. I'm assuming this is going to make it through the whole month, even if the broader S&P 500 starts going down. If this thing continues, this thing holds, this relative relationship of small to large caps holds, and we still have a 1, and then next month we get a 2, then I'm really going to be looking at small caps and rebalancing my whole portfolio to something else. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for. And the same thing goes for like materials, XLB to S&P 500. Let's see. It's a 1. We also have a 1 count. So defense companies and material companies. Let's go. So let's look at the industry. 1. We got a 1. And this is a range, and we're going to try to get off of this bottom. Yep, looks good. So this is where I'm going to move my money from semiconductors, AI, and all that stuff. I'm moving to here. Okay, so, okay, boring boomer stocks, right? But these boring boomer stocks are going to make it this year, and the semiconductors are probably just going to go sideways. All right, so all that AI hype, you should have been doing that last April. You're done. You're cooked. If you didn't do semiconductors last year, there's no point in doing it now. So if you guys think like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy Micron and it's going to keep going up, it's going to be for a rude awakening. This thing will probably crash. We got a 9 for this month, a 12 on the combo count. So I'm going to have to explain the whole DeMark indicator system for you guys. But generally, yeah, if I go to the monthly chart, I'm going to look for 9s and 13s like this. And then I watch and wait. Either it's going to go sideways a few candles from here, and this is a month, mind you. So it could go sideways for a month, like 4 months. Like essentially it goes down and up and down and up, and it can go down violently. Okay, so this thing could really drop and sink, and then you're gonna be screaming, "What the heck? I should have sold it." Yeah, whatever. You know, that's on you. Okay, so that's something we'll have to look at. Anything else? Yeah, so I have my list of European defense companies. You should take a snapshot of this, a screenshot. Let me sort it by gains. Okay, so take a screenshot of this. We have 1 that sucks right now, or 2 or 3 that suck. This one, this Hapag-Lloyd. So this German shipping company, shipping is not doing good. So shipping companies have not been doing good. China's still weak. I mean, if China's economy does better, then there's going to be a lot more shipping. Otherwise, shipping stocks are still at the bottom. Shipping, if you look at shipping, it kind of tells you that the economy is weak in a way. But otherwise, if you look at AI, you think the economy is strong. It depends on where you are in the economy. You know, one side of the economy might say one thing and another. That's why it's really hard for people to just claim that like, oh crap, it's gonna be the end of the world, or I mean, like, bro, whatever, man. Like, it's the end of the world in your place, but someone else might be doing well, right? So the tech bros are doing well. Okay, so let's look at Greenland here. Key details of Greenland's rich but largely untapped mineral resources. Link is in the description. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump last week reiterated his interest in taking control of Greenland, a semi-autonomous territory of Denmark, which could be useful for the U.S. because of its strategic location and rich mineral resources. His allies in the U.S. House of Representatives are trying to build support for a bill. Oh, actually, that reminds me. So let's look at who in Congress did the best in their stocks. So do you think it's Nancy Pelosi? No, I don't think so. That's not it. It's not Nancy Pelosi. It wasn't Nancy Pelosi. Okay. It was not Nancy Pelosi. Did I save it? Oh my God, did I save it? Hold on, guys. Let me see if I've put it somewhere else. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Let me put in that folder. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, here it is. Put in my folder. Okay. All right, good. All right. All right. All right, good. Done. Okay, here we are. So, Representative Warren Davidson from Ohio had 78.8% gains last year. Now, where's Nancy Pelosi at? 20.1%. Barely higher than the S&P 500. Sorry, Nancy. You did better than the overall stock market, but you didn't do as well as this guy. What does this guy know? Why is Ohio so important? Ohio is very important. You remember the whole Haitian thing? Dogs and cats being eaten and all that stuff? There's a lot of factories there. Semiconductors coming in too. So he probably knows some shit. Anyway, like I said, you know, Nancy Pelosi only knows like Silicon Valley. So all her friends are probably just still in Silicon Valley stocks. Silicon Valley stocks, they do okay, but we have to move on to other things. There's other stocks that are coming into the pipeline. So we have to move on to those. And that's where the money is. And then we have the next runner-up is Donald Norcross from New Jersey, 70.8%. So they know something. They know something. So one Republican has beaten out everyone else this time around. All right. Yeah, good morning, Inet Ways. Good morning. So I'm wrapping it up. I'm going to wrap it up. Keep reading these articles here. Then put up this thing. Put up 2 images. Greenland's mineral resources. Diamond, gold, graphite, iron ore, copper, nickel, rare earth, titanium, vanadium, tungsten, and zinc. So there you go. You guys can clip that out for yourself. Here, I'm scrolling down slowly. You can get a clip of that. So you got your map. Okay. And I'll zoom out so you can get the whole picture. All right. Okay, let's see. The next one, we have this. So far, these are the only mining companies in Greenland so far. And you can take a screenshot of that. So very little mining is being done. And I'm guessing Trump wants to populate this whole place with tons of mines. And whoever gets contracts for those from the government will make tons of money. This is why we have to look at XLB. Okay. All right, let's look at some other articles here. Minerals, Greenland's buried treasure. Written in January 21st, 2025. Last year. Beneath the ice. So you can take a screenshot of this. Okay. All right. President Donald Trump has indicated, as he did back in 2019, that acquiring Greenland would be of interest to his administration. The semi-autonomous region of Denmark is also the largest island in the world. Its population of just 57,000 people is majority 90% Inuit, with the remainder being mostly Danish or of European descent. Its capital of Nuuk boasts a third of its inhabitants, 19,000 people. Okay, so you can read this yourself. The article is in the description. Very good. Now, let's continue on here. So this is the Reuters article. The 2023 survey showed that 25 of 34 minerals deemed critical raw materials by the European Commission were found in Greenland. All right, we already went over that picture, and you can read this article also in the description. So there you go. Plenty of stuff to mine from Greenland. And this is the geologist who told Trump why he should get Greenland, which was like during his first administration. Okay, and he reiterated again, and so they had an article about him from the West Australian. Perth geologist who briefed White House welcomes Trump's renewed interest in Greenland. The colorful Perth mining veteran, sought out by the White House before Donald Trump's first suggested buying Greenland 6 years ago, has welcomed the U.S. president-elect's renewed interest in the Danish territory. Mr. Trump used a rambling media conference overnight Tuesday to again float the idea of a U.S. purchase or military takeover of Greenland for strategic motives, saying we need Greenland for national security reasons. However, the self-governing island is also rich in critical minerals that are seen by the U.S. as potentially important in breaking China's stranglehold on key rare earth elements used in defense and aerospace applications. Greg Barnes has been promoting the rich Tan Breeze heavy rare earths deposit in southern Greenland since 2001. Last year, striking a deal to sell control of the mining-approved project to Tony Sage's U.S.-listed Critical Metals Corporation. So I guess we'll have to look at that stock, Critical Metals Corporation. The 76-year-old geologist has remained in contact with the U.S. State Department since receiving what he initially thought was a prank call from the White House in 2019, inviting him to brief Mr. Trump's first administration on Greenland and Tan Breeze. The relationship has since extended to hosting regular site visits by U.S. officials. You can read the rest of that article yourself in the description. Okay, keep going. Got that. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Mexico again. Already did that. All right, so this is the last one I want to do, and we will wrap up the hour. So I got it under 1 hour for you guys. Okay, long article, but very nice. So I'm going to skip around through it. Greenland Rare Earths and Arctic Security by the CSIS. So that's a non-profit organization that lobbies everyone in DC. They also have a YouTube channel. A lot of interesting lectures go on there where they talk about geopolitics. Okay, I don't think I need to read this one. I don't think I need to. Okay, let's jump to the second paragraph. Greenland is rich in natural resources, including iron ore, graphite, tungsten, palladium, vanadium, zinc, gold, uranium, copper, and oil. But the resources attracting the most attention to the region are rare earth elements vulnerabilities in USREE. So rare earth element supply chains for defense and commercial needs have recently been at the forefront of policy issues in Washington. Notably, 2025 was marked by multiple rounds of high-stakes negotiations following Chinese export controls on heavy REEs. Disruptions to these materials expose Western automotive supply chains to shortages, delays, and pauses in production. President Trump has acted meaningfully to address these prescient supply chain concerns, both through public-private partnerships such as the equity deal with U.S. rare earth company MP Materials, and bilateral agreements with partners including Saudi Arabia, Japan, and Australia to further the development of rare earth capabilities outside of China. Deepening cooperation and commercial ties with mineral-rich countries is expected to be a cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy in 2026. Okay. All right, so let's go on. I think they talk about the security issues here. The Arctic as a new security frontier. The Arctic region consists of territory across 8 countries: the United States, Canada, Iceland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Greenland first became an area of strategic importance for the United States during the World War II with the establishment of air and naval bases on the island. At the end of the war, these bases continued to serve as key Western posts to protect and defend against potential invasion by the Soviet Union. Today, the Pituffik Space Base, also known as the Thule Air Base, is the northernmost U.S. military installation with missile detection and defense, as well as space surveillance capabilities. As Arctic ice caps melt, New emerging shipping routes through the region are creating new economic and geostrategic opportunities for global powers. The Northwest Passage is a series of maritime routes running through Canada's Arctic archipelago, connecting the Pacific to the Atlantic Oceans. The passage is currently only navigable for short windows of time each year due to difficult conditions and shifting sea ice. But scientists project that with accelerated global warming and technological advancements, the passage may soon be open for transit every summer, connecting East Asia to Western Europe with a route 7,000 kilometers shorter than the current route through the Panama Canal. Okay, so we got minerals, we have shipping routes. Greenland is going to be a strategic area for sure. So yeah, just go to this article here. I put it in the link. You can read more about it, you know, and we can see the top rare earth mines by ore grade. Russia and South Africa are at the top. We got Australia rounding up the third, then the United States. All the way at the bottom here, we got Greenland. Greenland, probably they want Greenland to pump up all the way to the top and make it part of the United States. So the United States can compete with Russia here. Russia at 14.5. I mean, okay, I think this is European, right? This is 14,500. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to read this like that, I guess. I don't think this is 14.5. We got 3 digits here. So 14,500, I guess, tons, right? Or oh, wait, it's percent? Never mind. So it's just, it really is percent. Okay, it's not tons or anything like that. So it's just 14.5%. Okay, yeah, we want that. We got to bump up that 4.96% with Greenland. All right, anything else interesting that I saw? No recommendations. So yeah, these guys like to lobby, so they always do these white papers and they send them around people, and the Congress just reads them and then starts like parroting their ambitions. That's why there's a lot of people in DC. I mean, John Galt should talk about them. I mean, he's so close to them anyway. They should get some interviews with these guys. That'll be interesting. So kind of mix it up from like ghetto interviews with talking to people from K Street lobbyists in DC. That'll be fun to have. All right, 30 seconds until the end of the hour. So thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. Okay, Cash App's in the link. You just Cash App to John or whatever. You can Cash App to me, I guess, or Cash App to Portia. I mean, Portia pretty much produced this show when I was around last year, and so yeah, if you want to do some thank you Cash Apps, I think her Cash App and PayPal still works. You can look at the description and get that. Otherwise, I'll see you around tomorrow or in 2 days or something if anything interesting happens. Tomorrow we'll have the consumer price index, so we'll get inflation, and then Wednesday we'll have the producer price index. So we'll have 2 inflationary numbers in the coming 2 days, 1 hour before the market opens, 8:30. So Tuesday and Wednesday, 8:30, we'll have big numbers released, and that should affect the markets before it opens on the coming 2 days. So if the stock market does puke, then we'll know that was the top. If it doesn't puke, then we have another week, and then we'll decide then is like, okay, is it ready to puke yet? No? Okay, well then we'll keep going up. So I'm going to keep my longs. I'm going to keep my long trades on HUT and CLSK because Bitcoin isn't going to go down if the market is still going to go up. So I'll see you around.